In this episode, Will finishes his pistachio bowl, Garry talks Simon Hope's Star Drive set, and Mark does a demo for Chelmer Valley Woodturners.
Hello, welcome to the Woodturning Podcast. My name's Mark.
And my name is Will. Welcome.
And I am Garry. How you doing?
Evening, guys. How are we?
Hi, gentlemen. How's it going?
Evening. Yeah, I'm good. How are you both?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
busy. Yeah. What we all been up
That's
to?
good to hear.
Well, I've finally done the pistachio bowl.
The one that you
Ooh.
started eating kilos of pistachios
Yeah,
before Christmas.
The 2 kilo pistachio bowl. That cost me a bloody fortune. That did. It's like 40 quid in pistachios.
Did you actually end up with more shells? Did you end up with some left over?
I've got a few left over. Yeah, not that many, but I do have a few.
Oh, right. So you did actually need that many then? Fucking hell.
No, but yeah, that came out quite nice after some serious UV hole filling.
Did you get any individual shells pinging out?
Oh yeah, yeah, tons of them, didn't you? They're slippery things, aren't they?
So do you wear a full face shield when you're turning the pistachio bowls?
Yeah, I always wear a full face shield anyway. In fact, I bought a new one because I bought that the powered one from Axminster. Actually, I
Very
quite
nice. Is that the one with the motor unit on the top? Or
Yeah.
Isn't
Yeah.
that heavy? Because I
No.
find my trend one's really heavy.
No, I thought it was going to be heavy, but I don't really noticed an awful lot of difference if I'm honest. Oh, it's good.
It's come out all right though. The pistachio bowl.
It's come out. Yeah, it's polished up very nicely. Still sitting on the chuck at the moment. Got lacquered yesterday, so give it a couple of days. I'll cut the bottom off and.
How many layers of lacquer?
Not that many actually, because there's nothing really to absorb. So I think I did 4. I could have got away with 3, and I went through the normal. Shall I do one more, or shall I just leave it as it is? But I did do the one more, and it didn't really make any difference. So yeah, 4 coats,
Nice.
which is just as well because I was running out of high coat as well because I've just bought another dozen of those from Amazon.
They are good value, those, aren't they? When you buy
Yeah,
them?
they are. Yeah, they've gone up a bit. It was like 40 quid now.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. I can't remember them being that expensive last time, but then when I worked it out, it's still like 3 quid a can. So, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
When they're a good price, you think, shall I buy some more? And you think, I can't have like 20, 40
No.
of these.
I bought some the other day. I bought 4 cans, 5 cans, 4 cans,
Yeah.
4 cans, 4 cans for 18.
It's not bad. It's good stuff. It does the job with defo.
Yeah, it is, yeah. Some annoying message from like somebody on YouTube the other day saying, oh, yeah, stop using that rubbish. Go and buy some 2K lacquer. And I looked up 2K lacquer, right? And like a can of that is like 40 quid. So, yeah, right on.
Who won?
Yeah, I'll stay what I got. Thanks, thanks for the input. Ignored.
Yeah.
Like blocked.
I'm sure it's that right. When I went to use some fairly recently, I thought I was going mad because I don't think it had a ball bearing in it. Does it have?
No,
ball
they
bearing?
don't.
That's what I was thinking. You know, sometimes when you had one like in the past when it's really thick, it takes a couple of strokes to actually sort of like loosen it up a little bit before you hear it, and then all of a sudden. But then I was thinking, hold on a minute, there's only one in here. Maybe that's why it's a bit cheap that I forgot to put the ball bearing in there. But
Yeah,
I use my Darren Breeze bloody spinny thing on the drill anyway, so I think.
Darren Breeze spinning thing.
Yeah, one of those things you put in a drill. It's like a cup holder for.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, shake.
Yeah, it's like, and you just sort of forward, back, up and down, like reverse, forward, and then it's just like done. It is really good actually.
I
Saves a lot of grief.
I will probably end up with an Amazon voucher for my birthday, so I intend to get one of them. Now I'm using a lot more of the spray. I do.
Yeah, it was on Amazon. I got it. Yeah, I just remember
Yeah.
Darren, because Darren didn't bother stocking them in the end, did he? Because
No, he couldn't get the deal.
Whatever it was. Yeah,
Couldn't get a good deal on them, which is fair enough.
it's well handy.
I bought some chameleon flakes from Perfect Pearls and Pigments earlier.
Oh, nice.
I haven't got them yet, but I'll let you know. They were pretty cheap, I have to say.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not bad prices on there either. Yeah, they've got quite a lot of choice. I meant to send you a picture the other day. So I remember a while ago you said, Will, about this was quite a long time ago, and I said about getting resin off of your tools or whatever it was, brushes, all that sort of stuff. You said, oh yeah, just give it a bit of a blast of acetone or whatever. And I remember you saying it ages ago, and then I saw something the other day, and someone was painting, doing a sort of like a coat of resin on the slow on the lathe with one of those silicone brushes. And I just read in a comment that someone said about like, how'd you get rid of it? And he said, oh yeah, acetone. Anyway, when I was doing, I can't remember what I was doing recently with resin. Anyway, I thought, oh, I'm going to bloody use that. I've got one of those little spatula things, put in a drill to stir it up essentially. So I thought, I'll just put a little bit in a cup and put that in there. So I finished everything, done that. And then I thought, I've got another one of those paddle things where I never cleaned it off before. I know where it is. I may as well whack that in there as well. So it's only a little plastic cup. So I put them both in there. Anyway, as per usual, I'm doing it really late. Finish off everything, all my resin, and then making sure everything's sorted. And I think, right, okay, is that all right? Yeah, that's fine. And I've got bits and dregs in little plastic cups. And generally, when I'm going in there the next day, I'll go over to those to feel them, see if it's gone off, right, as a sort of indicator. And anyway, the next day or whatever, I went in there and I thought, oh yeah, has that gone off? I went to go over to it and I squeezed it to see if the resin had gone off. And it was just all fluid. And I thought, and it was like a bluey blacky thing. I was thinking, what's that there? And the two paddle things are just completely just gone in the acetone. It's wiped thing completely. That ain't going to go in the drill anymore, is it?
Yeah, no, you can't leave me.
Tell me that bit. I said to my missus about it, she's going, that's how you get rid of dead bodies in that. Now I know where to put you. I've just got to get a big enough cup. Maybe I'll fill a bath up with acetone. Yeah, but it's mental. I just didn't have a clue that it would do that.
Garry, you work in the building trade. Surely you can get hold of some lime easy enough.
Me?
It's going to be easier.
I work in the building trade.
I thought you worked in the building trade. I thought you worked with.
I sit on my backside doing finance, IT stuff, mate.
Oh, do you? What do I think you work in the building trade then?
Because I'm building a house, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, it could be it.
Building a lot. Yeah. No,
oh, that's what I thought you did. I thought you were a bit more.
No, I'm sad. I do all that up the city type stuff, but I work from home. Yeah, I've only done it for 30 odd years or whatever it is. But yeah, I'm very hands off with that sort of stuff. Anyway, yeah, lesson learned there. Lesson learned.
Just when you pick up the wrong cup because you're not paying attention, and that you take a swig and it's your paintbrush water. Done that before now. That's a bit grim. Yeah. So
what have you been up to, Mark?
Me, normal sort of daily turning, lots of lace bobbins and things. I did a demonstration at Chelmer Valley last week that neither of you went to. I'm feeling a little bit forgotten, to be honest, the pair of you. I mean, Gary's missed 2 now. I just think it's a bit...
Was it well attended?
As well attending as Chelmer Valley normally is. No, actually, we had 4 or 5. We had 2 new members, actually. 2 new turn up.
Age range?
Older than me. No, they're not retired. They're probably both about your age.
Oh, nice.
Young then.
Yeah. So not
jumping around the room they were.
One chap was one chap came from Simon Hope, actually. He did a beginner's course with at Simon's place.
Oh yeah.
And when I was there in January, I gave him some flyers and said, look, if you've got any in our direction, would you mind promoting us? And he did. So we got one from that, which was all right. While he was on this course with Simon, he bought himself a lathe at the same time. So he's all set up and running. The other chap hasn't got a lathe yet, but so was taking loads of notes about what he should be looking for and
where did he find out about it?
I don't know. I didn't ask. When Mum was doing more chatting with him than me, and so was Steve, because I was setting up at the lathe. Doing another one of my flowers, green gauge. Yeah, it was good to meet him. A couple of the regulars were missing, not just you two, but a couple of the other regulars as well were missing. But no, it was well attended. It was good. Barry paid me a compliment. So
good.
Must have been drinking.
Someone slipped something in his cup of tea at half time.
That's the time. Did the guy say they're going to come back next month?
One's coming back next month. The other one will be the month after because he's doing something next month. So yeah, should be good. It's every demonstration I've done so far, no matter where it's been, I've either left something at home or left something at the venue.
Yeah.
You forget something when you're packing up. There's a couple of the guys that we watch regularly. They've got separate boxes that they take out traveling, and it's got everything they need in it, and they don't take it out. They've just doubled it all up, which I haven't done. Well, this time I went to take my chuck off the lathe, and I took my record power SC4 lathe, chuck, which has got the changeable thread fitment. And I took the chuck off, and the thread stayed attached to the lathe. And do you think I could get it off? No, it's still attached to the lathe. So before Steve gets there next month, because we've got Steve from SK Crafts next month, I've got to take the rest of my chuck off of the lathe. And I'd left a kitchen towel at home as well. So I didn't have kitchen towel, and I've left part of my chuck attached to the lathe. So yes, that was a successful.
I was thinking about that, Steve, earlier, actually, from SK Craft, because in fact, you might hear.
Does your wife know?
I'm printing the Chuck Buddy at the moment, and I remember him saying that he got them on his website. Well, I just looked on the thingy first, and it's like,
yeah, that's where I got all mine from.
Yeah, I mean, sandpaper roll holders, they're wicked.
Nice.
They actually work really well.
Oh, the toilet. Yeah.
And I've started hanging a few tools up, and so I'm kind of trying to tidy up a bit as I go.
What about your space saving stuff? What about, have you done anything about that?
Yeah, I need to get rid of the chest first. So until I can do that, then I can't get the carts in. But that is a good idea. And I thought even if I don't get on with the carts, then I could just put like a worktop, like a kitchen worktop over the top of them anyway if I really need to. Yeah,
so you've not bought the new saw yet?
No, I haven't. No, I haven't.
You've not been impulsive and gone out and spent all that money without having the room for it?
No, it needs the room first.
That's boring.
Really like a table saw as well, in cart form. So such things exist? I guess they probably do.
Yeah,
you can get actually on wheels. It's got two wheels, so you can just tip it up and move it about quite easily.
Yeah.
You get a smaller sight saw.
Good.
Yeah.
You get the sight saws are the smaller ones, and they normally come with a smaller blade, not as powerful, but they're lighter, and they come with the trolleys that you can move them around.
Yeah.
You could fit something like my table saw onto wheels, but it's a big.
Yeah, it's got that
big. Big saw, 1.5 meters across.
Yeah. It's one side of the garage to the other.
Cast iron, big table saw. Yeah, I went big with that because at the time I was doing a lot more chopping boards.
Yeah.
But I get on better with my table saw than I do my bandsaw. So when I'm cutting down blanks and things like that, I'll use the table saw rather than the bandsaw. I lose a bit of thickness on the material, but it's just easier. It's more powerful than my bandsaw.
That reminds me, while you guys are on, that guy from Braintree, the wood guy, who is he?
What, the one that does the Saturday, once a month, Saturday morning?
Yeah, well, I was thinking he's once a month Saturday morning. Is this Saturday?
I'm in Colchester.
Oh, yeah?
Do you want this or not?
Yeah, I've got it. I've written it.
Oh, you would have.
Oh, what's the postcode?
Charlie Mike 3. No, Charlie Mike 7.
Yeah.
3 Quebec Sierra.
Well, you can rattle off mine then. Mine's Charlie Mike 3. Random.
Because I was scrapping about looking for wood earlier, and I did actually find someplace I've never bumped into before called Tree Cycling. They had some elm burr on there, and I thought, oh yeah, no, that is just what I want, because I kind of I'd finished the pistachio bowl at the weekend, and I haven't got anything lined up. Normally, well, that's not true. I have got something lined up, but it was for Valentine's Day, which I've already missed. So I could do that one for next year. I was like, oh, okay, what am I gonna do? So anyway, they had some elm. He had quite a lot of elm burr there. Some fairly big lumps, like 10 inches by 3 inches, and it was like 32 quid or something. So all right, I'll have some of that. look
Are you
quite
going
decent.
there? Is he local or is he post?
No, he's going to post it. He's Suffolk, but I think he's more Huntington wine.
Oh, right.
But the reason I ask is because I put the order in through the website. I haven't heard anything else. No email, no no acknowledgement. I was like, oh no, is this one of those?
Oh, no, yeah.
No, I've been following him for a while.
Yeah,
He's just north of Saxmundham.
yeah, okay.
So, but I mean, if Darren Breeze stocks wood, he's not a wood stockist, but he does have bits that he sells.
Yeah.
And he's not that far north because you're mid Essex, aren't you? You're closer to Suffolk than I am, anyway.
Yes, yeah. Suffolk's only like 10, 15 miles up the road.
I do keep meaning to drop down to Surrey Timbers, give them a visit. No, funny enough, it's the one in Surrey.
Just decking. Could have been his surname.
No, Surrey Timbers is down in Surrey, Guildford actually. But yeah, now Dover's gone. Stars and Bates are no longer with us.
Yeah,
it's finding nice timber places to go to, and the NB Timbers is small but good. But I now don't have a Saturday off until August.
Yeah, okay.
And he may not be open in August because he might have gone on holiday.
Yeah, true.
So I am now unable to go and pay him a visit because he'll be shut by the time I finish in Colchester on Saturday.
Yeah, okay. I know there is a place in Manningtree as well. They do offcuts. They're all boards, thick boards as well, apparently. So I've been told. They do a lot of offcuts. They have an offcut pile. It's good for chopping boards, and I'm thinking, okay, get a couple of those. Soon make them round and then cast them up.
Had to look when Manningtree was then.
Manningtree, yes, it's not far from me, but it's near Harwich, in between me and Colchester and Harwich, I guess you could argue.
Simon does have some timber in his place as well.
Yeah, but he's not open on the weekend, is he?
No, well, he will open on request, but that's normally because I think that's just his normal day off, isn't it?
But then that is pretty good because that by him being off at the weekend, it's probably saved me a fortune. Especially he's only 3 miles up the road.
He's going to walk around a corner.
Talking to Simon Hope, did you not buy yourself something new from there recently, Garry?
I did actually. I got one of his Star Drive kits. I was having an about it for months, to be honest, thinking I don't need it. I can use my drive in my chuck and just hold it in there. And I ended up buying, I don't know what made me actually get one because it weren't. Oh, I know what it was. I had one of old Darren Breeze's, because Darren Breeze sells his stuff as well. And one of his 20% voucher things or whatever it was, 10%, I can't remember. Anyway, so it's like, you never really get stuff off Simon's. And I had that thing from Darren from where I bought something near Christmas. So I thought, oh, sod it, I'm going to get it. And do you know what? I've used it. And obviously I used it for the same purpose of what I'm using, but the ease of use, it is so much better and quicker and cleaner to swap them out. And you get obviously the 3 different sizes of Star Drive that all just go into the single adapter that you just hold in your chuck. And they're all obviously sprung loaded and whatever. But it's good. I'm glad I got it.
Does it hold better than a 4-prong drive? Or
I'd say so, yeah.
So not just ease of use, it is actually better.
Yeah, well, I wasn't using a 4-prong drive anyway. I was using what they call with all the teeth, like Star Drive.
But without the Simon Hope name on it.
And the sort of like, it's the full and you just sort of put that in your headstock. But you could just obviously put that inside a chuck and hold that in the chuck. So that's what I'd been doing. Whereas Simon's one, you've just got that sort of adapter, if you like, that just sits in flush just up to a collar. So it's tightens in lovely and whatever. So yeah, it's really good actually.
I do fancy one of those, I must admit, but when I look, they're really expensive. Like
110 quid.
100, yeah, I know. It's like outrageous for what they are. So.
That's exactly where I was for all that time. Yeah. And like I say, because I had a voucher, and I don't know, must have been feeling flush one way. Or maybe I ordered it on a Friday night when I had a few beers. That's probably more what happened. I always buy more on a Friday night. For some reason. I'm tired of 2 things together.
It's easier to justify after a skinful.
Which brings up the question, how much did you spend on Sunday?
So how's the woodworm update?
Oh, yes.
Oh, mate, do you know what? I think I'm free. I think I'm WWF Woodwork. I was only looking at it earlier on today, actually. It's still on that brown leather thing because it's just a really good place to see. It just stands out like anything when there's any sawdust poking out of it. And I think I've done it. I think I've killed all the buggers off. So I'm going to give it another week before I transfer it off of the brown leather checking table. And then I'll just take it once and for all that I have actually got rid of it. I'll probably say that, move it into the bookcase, and then 6 months later, the bookcase will collapse. They've all had a nibble at the side.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but no, yeah, I think I've won that battle.
Yeah, well done.
So we spoke about the pistachio nuts that was started before Christmas. How is the 3D printer?
Yeah, that's good. I literally finished editing the video about an hour ago. I just got to take some couple of pretty shots of it, but it's all right. It came out all right anyway.
You can tell he likes this one. He didn't like the last video he released.
I'm not sure whether I'm in love with it. It's very different. That's all I can say.
I was going to say, his tone, it doesn't sing out, I absolutely love it. He's still got that bit of hesitation in his voice. Not as much as that red thing from last time with the little stick-on logs on the side and all that. Yeah, when he obviously hated that.
You can tell he loves the pistachio more than he loves the resin one.
Mate. The pistachio one is wicked, and hence that is doomed, because then that will instantly die as soon as I put it up. I know it's because I really like it. Always happens every time.
So have you got room in the display cabinet for both of them? That's a no.
Yeah, not really.
What's going to get relegated?
So it's already been relegated onto the other window. That's where I picked up off earlier. And I do. It was more of a test to see whether that would work with the 3D print, which it does. There are a couple of bits that I would do slightly differently next time. But
is that just normal PLA filament?
That's normal PLA.
So you could try a different filament.
I could put ABS in there or something,
and that would turn differently.
It turns really weird because it doesn't really cut. It just wears
melts. Yeah, it's horrible stuff, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's what I found when I did the pens.
It is strange. It kind of like rips, I guess. And sanding was a bit of a pain in the arse, that's for certain, because I can only sand it on like 50 RPM, otherwise it just melting. But no, as a test one, it was all right. I had fun anyway.
And you've saved money. Not that it really matters
to
you with your sponsorship.
I only did a litre of resin.
And how tall is that vase?
It's got to be 12 inches, I guess.
It is only that. He's got some big hands. It's only the middle that's resin.
Yeah.
You've got the wood. What's the wood top and bottom?
Oh, nice.
And actually, I'm going to get loads of comments from the video because I only had like a pig and it was not that big. Like I say, it's only a test.
So what are the white bands?
You haven't.
Sorry, mate. Go again, Gary.
I was just going to say, I thought you was going to say you was doing turning and sanding the U with no sort of like dust mask or anything on. You're going to have poison police all over you like a rash. Yeah, sorry, Mark. What were
the white bands?
Oh, milliput. So I put the white bands in there. Should I have made them black? It probably would look better with black. But
I disagree.
Oh, really? Do you like it, do you?
I quite like the white, actually, yeah.
I just thought it was, I did it because it was different. And I haven't seen anybody do it. So I just thought something in there. And if people moan about it, then the video will probably do better than it would have done in the first place. But it lacquered up all right, polished up nice. So
it's all right.
It's all right. It's a bit of an odd shape.
What do you think of that one and the pistachio? What one do you reckon you spent more time on overall?
I would say they're probably about both the same, in all fairness.
Except the resin and 3D printer one didn't put 10 kilos onto your waistline.
Yes, that's true. I've still got a pot of those.
Or 5 kilo of waste on the floor when you're turning it. Because you didn't use that much resin.
What you need to do, you need to go and pour some of the pistachios as a handle blank. Get yourself an ice cream scoop head and make yourself an ice cream scoop to go with the pistachio bowl. And then if you've got anything left over, go make yourself some pistachio ice cream. There's a guy I watch, an American chap, who he's doing a state tree map. So he takes all the different state trees from America. But he started combining trees with food. And that series, he makes an ice cream bowl, uses the wood or the berries or the leaves or whatever, in the ice cream and then carves himself a spoon. So he turns a bowl, carves a spoon, and makes an ice cream. Talks about it's very informative, very, very good. But yeah, you could make yourself an ice cream scoop to go with some salad tongs by Salad Tong Kits.
Yeah,
there's some mad kits out there, isn't there? There's just like so many choices on the kits.
Turner's Retreat.
Don't you make those? Is it the flint things or whatever they are?
Yeah, I make flint and steels. Yeah,
flint and steels.
Flint and steels.
Flint and steel. Yeah, so it's a magnesium ferrous rod that I put into one of my stripy wood handles, and you get it looks like a cheap bottle opener, bit of metal. And when you run the metal down the length of the steel bottle opener type looking thing, down the length of the magnesium rod, it produces a really bright, hot spark for starting fires. Indeed.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
It's a throwback to when I was a scout leader.
It's just a random thing to have a kit for. That's what.
Oh, it's not a kit.
Okay.
That's not a kit.
I thought it was a kit.
No, I buy the 2 parts separately from Amazon. And the steels come in packs of 11 and the magnesium rods come in packs of 10. You know, so I've always got a spare steel knocking around. And then I just get some power cord and tie the two together. Scout groups, I've got a couple of local scout groups that order them for their scarf colours. So I'll do them for their scarf colours if they want them. So, But they're quite fun little ones. The other kit I saw the other day, I nearly bought, was a 3-in-1 pizza cutter. And it looked like it had a little pizza cutter wheel attached to a spatula, triangular spatula. I couldn't see what the third function was.
The triangle bit didn't have like the hole in it, like a slice in it for like that's like cheese slices. That shape, isn't it? You know, like the triangle thing.
Yeah.
And you pull it over the top of the cheese.
Yes, I know where you. No, it didn't.
Yeah.
It's a fidget spinner.
I'll have a look, see what it is. Hang on.
Quite like one of the kits I got in the past. I've done was a spinning top kit, and it's actually like you actually get a brass sort of circle and you hold it and you sort of like pull the string through it and all that. They're quite good fun to do. Another little kit.
I've made the Mach 3 razor or the Fusion, like the Gillette razor handles.
Yeah.
I've done them before now. They don't last very long if you make them out of wood.
No.
So they're definitely an acrylic handle. Slingshot kit I've just come across.
Slingshot kit. Oh my God. Hey, you know what I've done the other day, which I did mention this, I think. Do you remember I said I got some of that aluminium
oh yes. Yeah.
honeycomb?
Yes.
It's a bit hard to see. So when I got it out of the mold,
Oh yeah, cool.
Oh, I like the red. Is that red or orange?
Yeah, red. I sort of tried to make it almost like I was trying to think I'm doing some sort of dragon skin type thing. So I'd like dark green, a bit of red, a bit of amber, and whatever in there. And so when I got them out of the mold, I broke one.
Oh,
So I had a little chunk that I thought, I'll see if I can try and do one of those purse pens with it. And it's not come out too bad. I haven't used the bigger bits. Obviously, I've got 3 bigger bits. I haven't used them yet.
Are they going as crochet hooks?
Probably, but the whole thing, I don't know, because even though obviously it's really nice and smooth, but you can feel the tiny sort of raised sort of aluminium surfaces. And when you're trying to something like crochet hook, when everything is about how smooth and all that it is in your hand, it might just not, fit the use case. Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, come out all right as it goes. 3-in-1. 3-in-1.
Oh, in server.
So I could see the pizza cutter in the server, but now I've looked at a proper picture of it. You can see that the edges of the server are serrated as well.
Okay. So what is that wheel? Just sort of like fixed in that one? What's a random design?
Yeah, that is a bit random.
That's the pizza cutter bit.
That person made the spork as well. Just trying to stick things together unnecessarily.
That kit for one of them is £19.43.
Really?
God.
Yeah, that's nothing. When I was up at Sandon the other week, Garry, you might have seen this from him already. Paul Howard has got a pen, and it's made by the same company that makes the Stratos lathes. So
A wood turning pen.
the wood turning pen. So this end is a live center, and then in the middle collar is has got a picture of a lathe on it, and then the end is a chuck, and don't know what you call that bit, the hook. What do you call that bit?
Spindle gouge. Oh, the clip.
The clip.
Yeah.
And the clip is a spindle gouge.
Yeah. That was Steve Radford had that though, didn't he?
Radders has bought one since. Yeah, because he saw Paul with one. And I think it's about 25 quid for the kit before the bushings. Yeah. But they're not available here in the UK. You have to buy them from Germany.
I was just about to say, if you looked on the Rockler website, because I know that they delivered to the UK. Well, they did anyway. Delivered to the UK.
No, see, you're thinking the wrong way around. The Americans still ship to us. It's us shipping to America that might become problematic.
Actually, I shipped something to America today, and I was like gritting my teeth, but it was all right. It was only 25 quid. It was another egg that got sold. It's gone on its way to Louisiana.
See, shipping to America is easier than shipping to Europe, because now for Europe shipping, you need to have a representative in the EU in case there's an issue.
Yeah.
Well, I can't do that because it's very difficult for any of us to do that.
Yeah.
Etsy does it for you.
Etsy, great. Well, when they first did it, Etsy had an issue, didn't they? I don't know if I told you or did I said about it. Etsy.
That was our last podcast.
Yeah, so Etsy incorporates Northern Ireland as part of the UK, which is right. But because of the open border, the EU consider it as part of Europe.
Yeah, I think we said that last time.
But I think they've got that sorted. But if Etsy are prepared to be that representative, then that's useful. That's good.
Yeah,
but at the moment...
Recently, I sent something to, where was it? Norway, I think it was. Germany.
Really?
Norway
part... I never sent anything to the EU.
Is Norway part of I know they're part of the European continent, but are they a member of the European Union?
Norway, yes, they are.
They are? Some of the Scandi countries aren't, are they?
Sweden is as well. Iceland's not. That's not part of the EU.
Actually, it was Sweden I sent something to. It wasn't Norway, it was Sweden, because the bird was saying about her favourite colours is yellow and blue. I was thinking, shocker. Could have mixed it up a bit. So I ended up sending her a black and white crochet hook in the end. She... yellow and blue, which is saw a little black and white number. There you go.
So you don't send to Europe very often? Well,
I don't think I've ever sold anything in Europe.
Either.
Mostly UK, America, Australia.
Down Australia, New Zealand. I've got a couple of regular customers in Germany.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So how'd you send to them?
I don't at the moment, but they are both coming over in May. To one of the events I'm running, so they're going to come and pick up what they've ordered rather than me posting to them.
Yeah, happy days.
Fine by me, saves me 10 quid shipping.
Yeah,
they are. My website
but then you can't
now
charge £15 for shipping
and the rest. There is my website is now limited. I have limited my website for shipping now, but I've still got my Etsy account. I might restart that.
I done something the other day to America, and this woman, she bought quite a lot for me over the short time I've been doing it, and she bought two things again. And because when I just sort of set up my postage stuff on Etsy, not only could you set Europe, worldwide, so you've got your buckets, but you've also got that thing where you have to say if they buy an additional item, so they buy two. So you got to be careful, right? Because if you don't set that right, they might charge nothing for it or something like that.
Yeah,
and you might depend on the weight. So I just set mine to a default to try and cover my backside. And so my additional items, my standard worldwide or whatever it is 25, and then additional items is 20. So she's like paying 45 quid postage. And it's like, how can these people just lay it out? And I was going, look, I'm going to refund you because I can get them both in the same box, right? And it's still only costing me. I'll pay for all the other gumph, like the box itself and all the packing and all that sort of stuff. But the actual postage, like internationally tracked and signed, is something like 18 quid.
Yeah.
And then she's saying 45 quid, and I'm like, no, I'm going to refund you. She's going, no, don't be daft. I'm going, no, I don't feel right doing that. You think that's just wrong. But it's just the easiest way to do it on there rather than trying to get clever with it and then stitch yourself up in some instances. And when the rare occasion it happens, you just think, sorry, let's refund part of it.
So do you ship everything with Royal Mail, Post Office?
Yeah.
Same.
It's unreal.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll do, normally on my stuff, I just do 24-hour tracked like UK. Actually, I do signed for as well because I won't go on a mission. And then I ended up bloody having to send out something else. But it's now and again, I'll send 48 hours for whatever reason. Even one I took to the post office, 24-hour tracked and signed and a 48-hour tracked. And I took it there about like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And even the 48-hour one, they're pinging me at 10:30 the next morning. They've got it.
Yeah.
It's not how long it will take. The 24 hours is guaranteed to be there. I ship everything 48 hours because I'm tight.
I always do 24 because, well, actually, I don't. Doris does. She's the shipping manager. But she'll come back and she'll go, well, I just did it 24 hours because it was only like £3 difference or something. Yeah, it's fine.
I just do all mine next day, and I don't know. You look at all your feedback and all that. Sort of, I don't know if there is any issues. I just think it might soften the blow, and you get so much stuff that people go, bloody hell, ordered it in and got it the next morning and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you
it's like how it was with the paste I got. The I can't remember what it's called. True Grit.
Oh yeah,
ordered at 5 to 5. Got with me by 10 o'clock the next day. That's quick. You say about your wife doing your shipping. My mum does all of mine. I write the envelope out, put the stuff in it, and put it in a postage bag, and it disappears off to Waitrose and doesn't come back again.
So I just write the address and the customs forms, and the rest of it magically gets there.
Garry doesn't even do that. He presses buttons on Etsy, and it does it for him.
Yeah.
No, but sometimes when I do things, I do actually log on to Royal Mail site. So if I manage to get someone away from Etsy, and then sort of do it on the private, so to speak, then you're going into. But I still just go in Royal Mail and just do it all via there and just print it out, and it's still sort of still there. And some of them, because it's got an extra thing on the Royal Mail site where you can look at your previous purchases. So after you've built stuff up for a time, it's easy. You just go in there and go. It's got an option like send something similar or something like that. So then it just copies everything.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's quite handy. It's for the sake of and then you're just clicking a button, log on. And then it just says, previous ones. And then even if it's the same style, you might be doing that type of size of package and stuff like that.
So when you're regularly shipping crochet hooks, you've got a crochet hook one set up and you just press the button. Well,
because most of those are via Etsy, and Etsy have got something on there now that enable you to, even though you have a postage pricing structure, it's got something when you actually go in, you've got a custom sort of setup. So mine, I've got a UK crochet one, so it picks like, I don't know, whatever it is, up to 300 grams, small parcel. These are the dimensions, blah, all that, whatever the settings are. But it's just literally, I just pick that from the drop down. It just sets it all up every time. So it's a toddle.
Yeah,
it is quite handy.
Yeah. You're shipping quite big stuff though, Will, aren't you? You don't do the little stuff.
Yes. The vase, that vase was quite expensive.
So do you offer free shipping because they're spending a couple of £100 on a vase, or do you still charge them postage?
So anywhere out of the UK is £28.50.
Fair enough.
Because an egg cost me £28.50 to ship it, and then I'll swallow anything on top of that. So the last one was just a little over £50, I think it was, for the vase.
That's quite heavy though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's probably, and it's the weight that's doing that. Yeah,
it's the weight and size.
Yeah, because there's no sort of custom size to price range, is there? It's right. So if your package is bigger than 15 centimeters by 15 centimeters, it's going to cost you this much. As long as it's up to 2 kilo. Anything more than 2 kilo, it's then going to cost you this much.
But it costs you a ton more for the guarantee as well, only because that egg could have cost me £48 if it wasn't. If they wanted it the guarantee for what it was worth, which is only £87.50.
Roughly.
So,
about.
Yeah. What you're paying, like if it gets lost, you want compensation at that.
That
price.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah.
When I'm shipping out 5 lace bobbins, the compensation's only about £20.
It's a difficult one. You get burnt sometimes. Well, I can't be bothered, and then when it happens to you, you think, oh, sod it.
But you've only got to get burnt once, haven't you? Then naturally you're going to lose a small fortune.
If you do things on click and collect, the drop and go Royal Mail site, post office site, the claiming is easier. Whereas if you do it in person, you've got to find the receipt they've given you for that particular item with that particular code on it.
I always have that anyway, because account for Tedrin wood turning as a business, if you like.
Those bits.
One of these.
Well, the thing is, you only need to keep them until it's delivered.
I know, but can you be bothered to go through all these and see which ones have been delivered? No, I just wait months at a time and then think it's getting over the top of the nail. Let's take off the parts. Let's keep the latest 2 months and get rid of everything before that.
I honestly don't know where they are. They are probably
the code I have on the website anyway for the reconciliation bit. But the receipt I have in QuickBooks, so I can recall all that anyway. Otherwise, I'd be a nightmare with those bloody receipts.
So, do you not get your wife to do all your accounts as well, or that lucky?
Oh no. She's just a shipping manager.
Happy with that manager title.
So
accounts manager to shipping manager, 2 different things. Both managers, different skill set.
Warehouse and distribution manager.
Yes, warehouse and distribution director, yeah.
But careful, because warehousing will also cover the buying in side. So you'll see all of your purchases.
That's all right. It's all paid for by Tedrin wood turning anyway.
Paid for.
No wages. No
wages. Yeah. Oh dear. That reminds me, I've got to get my wife to do some more T-shirts for me. I don't know. I was in 2 minds about this. I'm not sure how well you're going to see it. I took a photo of... let's see it very well. Here you will. That's meant to be pink, purple and yellow. And I'm thinking of turning them into postcards and coasters. So it's just a picture of the floor of my workshop after the laminated wood.
Oh, okay.
So they're all the little... I'll send you proper pictures on WhatsApp. They're all the really little shavings. It's just a big pile of them. And I sent them... My wife's... where she's a tutor, she's got a couple of special needs kids she teaches. And that sort of plays on their sensory side of it. And they really like all the colours and everything. And I sort of said to her about, what do you think? Turn them into posters and postcards and things? Do you think they'd work? I've just sent them to WhatsApp. I don't know. Do I do more? Do I get artsy?
What do you do? Cast them?
No, just take a photo and then print them and just print them off. Put them on things. Just a picture. Artsy sort of picture.
Although the first one's got a shadow on it. Yeah. Oh, so's the second one. It's got your arm in the way by the looks of it, or something's got a shadow anyway.
That's not my arm.
And he was holding a table tennis ball.
That's the lathe. No, I'm doing a lot of that laminated wood at the moment. There's a lot of those blanks to do.
Why don't you just stick them to a bit of wood and then have them as like a 3D art thing?
Because they're already in the extractor.
Oh.
They don't stay on the floor for very long. But I could do. That's a lot around, isn't it? And I'd have to keep them there, so they'd end up being with spray lacquered and stuff as well, wouldn't they?
True.
Cast them in resin as a coaster. Photo is cheaper and easier.
That is true.
I don't get free resin. Or do you want me to start putting them in little baggies and start shipping them to you, and you can start casting them in your free resin?
Yes, please. I'll make you some pen blanks out of your shavings.
All I've got now is Breaking Bad with bags of wood shavings and getting pulled over by police. What is this? It's
a new strain.
It's what the kids are into these days. Oh dear, don't.
Right. I think we should edit at this point because we're just drying up here, and it's going to sound dog shit if we keep trying to fucking span it out.
Maybe if we actually do some turning in the next 2 weeks before the next recording.
Yeah, true.
I think it just sounds like we're struggling.
We are. Are you going out to the workshop and doing anything?
I am.
Going straight out there?
Playing darts.
Playing darts? Beer in hand?
I went down there last night, actually. I had a little bag full of beers and snacks and played darts. Yeah.
Can we take your bed down there next?
I'm just laying on one of the benches, mate. I don't need to have a bed down there. Maybe a quilt.
Yeah. No, we'll find a hammock strung between 2 of the roof beams.
I very nearly, I was pissed the other night and I very nearly bought I'm so glad I didn't, bought a bloody bar billiards table, right? Because I've been umming and ahhing since I got it that I could fit one in there. But actually now I probably couldn't without moving something else out.
Yeah.
And I was so close to buying it on eBay and I was so fucking glad I didn't, because once I got down there and was not measuring, where the fuck would I put this thing? I'd have to have got rid of that bench or whatever it was. But I did think it'd be more comfy to lay on.
It's fine as long as you can protect the bays. But can you imagine having to hoover that every time you wanted to use it?
I'd have just made a sort of like almost like a burnt bench top for it and snuck thing over the cushion. So that'd have been all right. But it was just like, where would it have actually fitted? Because now I've got some sort of benches that I've actually made and that are fixed to the wall and everything like that. It's just one spot I could have made.
I take it wasn't a full-size snooker table, so we're not talking 12 by 6.
No, bar billiards tables are specific. It's a bit like a pool table. Bar billiards is a specific game, so it's a size about 6 foot.
Right,
you only have to play from one end. You don't have to get all around it.
That's
Like
right.
a snooker or pool table. So they're fucking really good. I have them in pubs a lot and whatever, or old school pubs.
Hence why it's called bar billiards.
Maybe. But it's a good game. But it's a good game. But I thought, no, I'm just glad I didn't. So anyway.
Oh, I see.
It's good fun. And they're not fucking, even second-hand ones and all that. There was about 50 people watching it. It had no bids on it, and the opening bid was 1,100 quid. So it was like, and in the end, someone went on the buy it now about half hour before it went. So I reckon there was all these people just sitting there and waiting, and then someone bought it at 1,600.
That's not bar billiards. That's a lovely looking pool table.
Access that from the other end.
37,000.
The wrong game.
Oh, it's just ridiculous. But I did see a bar billiards table, so I do understand now. That looks quite good fun to play. Do you think it has things sticking up? That's got things sticking up in it.
That's right.
You can't knock. You basically you lose your break if you knock them down.
Oh,
so
I might have to have a go at this.
Cushions or whatever. That's very good. And normally, like in the pubs, you put your £2 in or something like that, and then it's got a timer that's going. And every time you knock a ball down one of the holes, it comes back down the bottom, and you can play it again. And then once the timer goes off, there's a gate that shuts off. That defines the sort of length of your game. And then once you've got rid of all those last balls, that's you off the table.
Cool.
You're not smacking them all around like you can on pool and snooker.
No, you're not. No.
Delicate finesse.
More
and the beauty of it.
Yeah,
exactly. Very strategic. And because you're playing from one end, it's a lot less space encroaching, but you still need some space.
Excellent. Well,
right. Okay.
Enjoy your darts out there and your beers, and speak to you in a couple of weeks. Cheers, guys. Take care. Cheers. Bye.